Hi, welcome to Chef. I'm Chef Don Hensley, and today our technique we're going to be going over is braising. You've got a beautiful piece of beef brisket. You could use a gooseneck, bottom round, eye round, inside round, any type of tough, large cut of meat that you need to break down, cook through, make the meat tender. You want to use this technique. So let's get started. First thing we want to do, we want to season our meat and get it seared. We want to caramelize the outside of it. All right? Now, very important to season your meat well on both sides. You got kosher salt. Turn it over. Some McCormick black pepper. We don't want to go crazy with the seasonings. Just a basic salt and pepper, just bring out the natural flavors. All right, we've got our meat well seasoned. Let's go over to our pan, add our oil. Just want to get a nice coat on the bottom of the pan. We want to see some smoke come out. We want to know that oil's good and hot. We're going to put our fat side down first. Listening for that sizzle, that's what we're looking for. All right, we've just turned our meat. You can see the caramelization we've got on the fatty side. We've cauterized it to seal the juices inside, and the caramelization gives us some great flavor. We'll turn our heat off so we don't burn our oil, because we're going to add our vegetables to this and continue cooking our meat. Okay, let's get our vegetables cut. We're going to put some leeks in there. Leeks are like a giant green onion. Okay? We're going to remove the tops, the sprouts off the bottom. Going to cut them lengthwise. Next, we're going to take off the first outer layers till we get to the good, clean, best part of the onion. And at this point, you can see they have several layers. A lot of times dirt will become deposited in those layers. So what we want to do is quickly give them a rinse. We've got a bowl of water. Put them in the water. Get them all rinsed well. Then we're going to cut them to about 1/4 inch, 1/2 inch pieces. And we're going to get a bowl of vegetables started to put into our braised beef. We're going to want to add some carrots. We'll do what we call an oblique cut, a rolled cut. We just want to get some different shapes, different textures inside of there. We want to put in an onion. Onions and leeks, carrots are all considered aromatic vegetables. So they're going to add aroma and a lot of depth of flavor. We'll do a large cut on our onion. This braising technique, it's a long cooking time. So we want our vegetables large so they don't break down during the cooking process. We want them to hold their shape and form by the time the dish is completed. They will act as our vegetables in this dish. We've got some baby portobello, some cremini mushrooms. Just quarter those. We've got a potato. We want to put some large diced potato in there. All right, we're going to do a large dice in our potatoes as well. And then we're going to crush some garlic and add that to it. Again, aromatic, adding some depth of flavor. The garlic will cut small because I don't know too many folks that are crazy about eating a big bite of garlic in anything. But in small doses, it's fantastic. Okay, we're going to go back over to our pan. Make sure the oil is hot. Add our vegetables and our aromatics. Sweat them a little bit. We're going to soften them up a touch. Then we're going to bring our meat back into it, add our broth, and get it into the oven. Okay, we're going to add our vegetables to our hot oil. Want to let them sweat a little bit, soften up. We want to get some more depth of flavor, so we're going to add some rosemary leaves. Rosemary are a firmer type of herb, so they can withstand long cooking times without breaking down their flavor. And for a fresh element, we're going to put some sprigs of fresh oregano. Again, very aromatic. Oh my gosh. I wish you could smell this. Fantastic. Okay, we're going to let our vegetables soften up for just a moment. We're going to grab our beef, bring it over, and add our broth. Okay, now before we add our beef back and our broth, let's go ahead and give this a quick season. A little salt. A little more McCormick black pepper. We're going to add our beef. Work it down in there. And we're going to add our beef broth, which we'll use to make a sauce when we're done here. All right. Now, as you can see, we have not completely covered the beef. Our vegetables are in there, but there's plenty of liquid to make sure that it doesn't evaporate during our cooking time. Please notice that I've put the fat side facing up, so the remaining fat will drip through the meat, keep it moist, so it has lots of flavor and it's not dry at the end of the cooking process. All right, we've got everything in our pot. We're going to cover it now, and we're going to put it in the oven and bake it for 2.5 to 3 hours at 350 degrees. You could do this on the stove top, but I seem to find better results having the entire vessel in the oven as the cooking process is going on. Again, make sure it's covered. Into the oven we go. Set yourself a timer. We'll come back. When this is ready, that meat should be just fall apart tender, and that's exactly what we're looking for. Well, it's been about 3 hours. Our brisket should be ready. Let's go in the oven and take it out. Have ourselves a look. Oh, it smells great. I wish you were here. Our braising liquid has reduced, and it's going to make a great sauce. All right. That's absolutely beautiful. Now, we're going to take our cooked vegetables, some of our sauce, and we've got our potatoes, our carrots, our mushrooms. It all looks fantastic, and we're going to make a little bed here. Serve up our dish. Look at that. You can smell the rosemary and the fresh oregano. As you can see, our braising liquid has reduced, made a great sauce. Our vegetables are all still intact and have their character and their color, yet they're fork tender. They haven't disintegrated. They've just taken on lots of flavor, and they're fully cooked. All right, now we want to top our vegetables and our broth with our meat. That's tender. Look at that. Just tears apart. Just get a couple slices on there. That's fantastic. Okay. Take it, fan it across the top, presentation. We're going to leave some of the fat on there. Fat is flavor. Now, if you're in an environment that's not fat friendly, go ahead and trim that off or trim further into the meat. We have a delicious, really kind of classic technique completed dish here. our meat, our vegetables, everything cooked together, slow cooked, very rustic style of preparation. Lots and lots of flavor in here. An inexpensive piece of meat made fantastic with the proper technique.